Well, they did it. They went and turned the Corvette into a hybrid where the front wheels get driven. The woke mob went and turned the American dream into a goddamn Prius. Except it's like really fast, still has a pushrod V8, and for the first time, all-wheel drive. And while I'm being totally honest with you, I ate a veggie burger last week, and it was pretty good. Back to reality. Chevrolet is not turning the Corvette into a Prius. They are making it faster through electrification and giving it all-wheel drive so customers in northern places can keep driving it all year long. It's called the 2024 Corvette E-Ray, going into production later this year. But first, a bit of history. Chevrolet first revealed Corvette at the GM Motorama show at the Waldorf Astoria in New York City. 70 years to the day later, let's look at how the E-Ray compares to the Corvette Stingray with the Z51 package and the awesome Z06, which launched just last year. Powertrain for the E-Ray is based on the Stingray's 6.2-liter overhead valve V8 engine, but it gets electrified. Power to the rear wheels is unchanged at 495 horsepower and 470 pound-feet of torque. However, for the first time, the front wheels are also being driven. In the case of the E-Ray, it comes from a single electric motor, producing an additional 160 horsepower and 125 pound-feet of torque. Combined, that means the E-Ray nearly matches the Corvette Z06 and comes in at a much lower RPM than the kind of fantastic 5.5-liter flat-plane crank V8 in the Z06. And since that power is distributed over all four wheels, it achieves 0 to 60 faster than the Z06. In fact, Chevrolet confirmed that the E-Ray is the fastest production Corvette ever. Since the Corvette E-Ray is a hybrid, it utilizes a lithium-ion battery pack. In this case, a very, very small 1.9 kilowatt-hour battery compared to battery electric vehicles like the Chevrolet Bolt, which has a 66 kilowatt-hour battery. It's very small. Overall, the Corvette E-Ray shares a lot with the Z06. It uses the same wide-body platform, 3.5 inches wider than the Stingray. That allows for larger wheels and tires like the Z06, except rather than Michelin Pilot Sport 4S, it switches to Pilot Sport All-Season 4s, which go with the all-wheel drive nature of the vehicle. Brakes on the E-Ray are large carbon ceramic discs and Brembo calipers, which are also available but not standard on the Z06. Since the E-Ray is a hybrid, it has something called E-Boost Assist Braking. That's regen to charge up the battery. The extra electronics and battery does add up. The E-Ray weighs about 400 pounds more than the Stingray Z51 and 340 pounds more than the Z06. The E-Ray has 6 drive modes and 2 electric propulsion modes. The 6 drive modes feature different levels of electric assist to the front wheels. Drivers can also select Charge Plus, which prioritizes recharging the battery pack. The 2 electric modes are Stealth and Shuttle. Stealth mode is limited to 45 miles an hour and allows a vehicle to operate on electricity only. If you go over 45, the engine kicks in. Chevrolet did not specify a range, but expected to be only a mile or two given the small battery. Shuttle mode is intended for moving cars around in your driveway. In this mode, the engine will not start. It is intended for low-speed use only. The digital cluster and center display have been modified to provide information on the battery pack, state of charge, and power output from the front electric motor. The 2024 E-Ray can be configured as a coupe or convertible and offered in a variety of exterior and interior color combinations. Fuel economy has not been disclosed, but the Z06 does get slapped with a $2,600 gas guzzler penalty, so I assume the hybrid powertrain E-Ray will avoid that. Speaking of dollars, let's get down to it. The 2024 Corvette E-Ray starting price comes in nearly identical to the Z06. Now, standard equipment is not the same. I mentioned the carbon ceramic brakes and gas guzzler tax. But all that aside, Chevrolet is basically saying for roughly the same price, you can get the amazing exhaust note and track capabilities of the Z06, or get the practicality of electronic all-wheel drive and a tenth of a second quicker acceleration of the E-Ray. Which would you choose? Happy birthday, Corvette. I wish the E-Ray was a plug-in hybrid like models from Ferrari and McLaren, but unlike these two, it does offer all-wheel drive, stupid acceleration, and allows the owner to drive their car safely on days when the roads aren't perfect. I suspect that we will see a fully electric Corvette before its 75th anniversary. I can't wait. Thank you for watching.